Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another beautiful Monday. Let me get that correct. I am your host, Astro-Numerologist LLoyd Strayhorn. Today, I am the guest. For the last time for a minute, I'm going to have my guest on starting Wednesday and for the rest of the year. And occasionally, I will come back on too. But I wanted to just kind of stretch out and talk to as many people. There's a person whose birthday is today, Moon Motivators. I'm going to read them in a moment. But first of all, I want to thank you very, very much for coming on. Okay, let me get this off. And I think here we go. All right, everybody, how you doing? There's some crazy things going on in this world. Some I don't understand. Some I do understand. But there's a whole lot that, well, anyway. I'll save that later. I'll save my personal comments for later. But anyway, I want to thank all of you for joining today. And as you know, I always like to do the forecast for today for each show that I'm on. And today is Wednesday. Excuse me, it should have been Monday. See, Okay, anyway, forget Wednesday, folks. It is Monday. Wednesday will be the 25th. But it is Monday. I swear, every time I do this, I miss something. But anyway, but the sun is in Aquarius. That much is correct. The moon went into Pisces this afternoon about 12:30 or something like that. That is correct. Mercury was already ended. That was on the 20, no, from the 18th to the 20, no, from the 29th to the 18th. So that was a couple of days ago. So you see, I've got to tighten that up too. But it is an 8 universal month. That is correct. It is a 3 universal week. That is correct. And it is a 4 universal day. That is correct also. And if you are an Aquarius or Leo or Virgo or Gemini, or you're born on the 4th, 5th, 13th, 14th, 22nd, 23rd, 31st, then and this should be a good day. Also, please like, share, and subscribe. Okay. And I want to thank my moderator also, Jackie, for trying to get some people in. When you come into the room, at least do that. They've got this thing about the they have this thing about the donations and stuff like that. I do thank everybody very, very much. I kid you not. But again, I have to be conscious that there were a whole lot of people that came onto the scene and supported the show before I got on 19 Keys, which brought about this tremendous response. And I'm not saying I don't appreciate it. I do. But sometimes, when you start something and you get with people that's rolled with you from day one, because I think this will be two and a half, 3 years that I started this. And so it's for those, for example, like Stephen and Mrs. Williams in Chicago. They have been with me almost from day one. Okay. And so what do? I mean, because if they don't donate something, I don't say something to them. I try to treat everybody the same. And it's not predicated upon what you donate. Please, I'm that's not where I'm at. I will accept donations in the spirit for which they're given. Definitely. I will read some people who've donated today, but I'm going to also read some people who have been with me from kind of like Jump Street, shall we say? Okay, so let's get right to it. Any questions you got? Any suggestions you got? I am open. The brother don't know everything. I don't. I don't think I want to know everything either. I think it'd be boring because then how can I learn if I know everything? Make sense? Anyway, let's see what we got here. Let me see. I got to make sure I'm get to my person whose birthday is today too. Let's see. Where did they go? I just saw it. Okay. But anyway, I'm getting to these people as much as I can. But right now, I will start with Kita, and she is born on December the 2nd. And so she is a fire sign with a water number. And this particular year, she happens to be in a 3-cycle year. How I get these cycles, folks, is incredibly simple. You just simply take the month and day you're born, but instead of the year you're born, you substitute it and take any year you want to know about, whether it's in the past, the present, and the future. So mentally, when I took December the 2nd of 2023, it factored out to a 3 personal year. So 3 is one of her numbers, since her numbers are the 2, 7, and 3. Mondays and Thursdays and Fridays are her best days. And it also indicates, when Katie, that she's a very sensitive person who needs a hug twice a day, because 2s normally are very affectionate. They're very hugging, loving, caring, sharing. Now, there could be other components based upon the name and stuff like that. Because when I looked at Kita's name, I see she has a total of 3 4s in her name, which means she likes to be different, and she has some moments when she can be moody too. So she's pleasant, yes, but she will have her moment. But to be honest with you, don't we all? All right. So that's how it goes. So anyway, again, your lucky numbers, Kita, are the 2, the 7, and the 3. And you'll find that Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays are your best days. Now, there's a gentleman whose birthday, or I think the person, well, I will get to it. In other words, their birthday is today, period. Here we go. I knew it. Okay, I saw it. Mood Motivators 365. All righty. First of all, happy birthday to you. Okay. And what it means is we're now in the sign of Aquarius. So you're not a Capricorn, but you're an Aquarius 5 person. So you're an air sign with an air number. Air is kind of like into their heads a lot. They like to think a lot. They like to, sometimes it's hard for them to turn their minds off because there's always so much kind of going on, stuff like that. So this is what I see. But it indicates you always know somebody who knows somebody. And it also indicates this year you're going to have to tighten up, since you are in a 4 personal year. And that means that 4, which a lot of people don't like, means you got to put in the work. If you're afraid to put in the work, then going through any 4 cycle, whether it's this time or 9 years from now, whenever your 4 cycle occurs, I'm just saying that if you don't put in the work, you just don't get back the return. So it's like, you got to invest in yourself. You know what I'm saying? We want to invest in stocks. We want to invest in crypto. We want to invest in everything, but we need to invest in ourselves too. And so if you do that, you'll be fine. But it also tells me you always know somebody who knows somebody, and your lucky numbers are the 5, 4, and 1. And Wednesday, Monday, and Sundays are your best days. Okay. And happy birthday today. That's all I can say. Oh, I will tell this. Whoever's dealing with you, the secret to holding on to you since 5, you got all that air, is to give you some freedom, to give you some flexibility so you can come and go when you please. All right. And to Steve again, he, like my moderator, always says, you hit the like buttons when you come in. If you don't mind, family. This is going to sound weird. I'm not kind of caught up into those numbers. I understand those internet numbers and whatnot, but I deal with another set of numbers. They're more spiritual. They're more esoteric. They are, yes, invisible, but they guide you in ways that's remarkable. That's all I can say to you. It's all right. Okay, so good. I've done what I'm supposed to do. I promise. I says, okay, there's a birthday. This is Erica Coleman. She is a Leo 5 person. Excuse me, a Leo 6 person, because she is born on the 15th of the month. And so she is the kind of person who would be a fire sign with an earth number, which means practical, passionate and practical, proactive and persuasive. These are some of the things that she would exhibit, that forcefulness when she wants to, but then she can turn on that charm, boy, that'll probably melt your heart. It all depends on what day she catches you on, okay? It also indicates she has a pleasant voice. She's always a work in progress, like either go to school, finish school, always working on her hair, her appearance, things of that nature. And so that's how I see that. In Erica's case, though, her key numbers are the 6, the 2, and the 7. And she'll find that Fridays first, followed by Monday second, would be her best day. And this particular year, she's in a 3-year. So this is her step out year. This is her year to receive all the fruits of her labor, the abundance. It's a lady luck cycle, a good luck cycle. It's a cycle of abundance. It's a cycle to have fun. So if you somebody's new best friend this year, Erica, you now know why. And since 3 rules Jupiter and it rules prosperity and abundance and money, you now know why somebody is going to want to be your best friend for the year. All right. And also you have a stubborn streak too. I'm not going to front now. You're real nice. But if somebody crossed that line, you're not budging. But anyway, your key numbers are always a 6, 2, and 7, and money, gifts, and favors will always come to you in one form or fashion or another. Now, this is one that's from Jessica Moore. She gave a donation. For some reason, it's not flashing up on the screen. Well, maybe, no, it's still not. Anyway, she says her birthday is January the 6th. So she's a Capricorn, and he is June the 24th. This I like. Let me tell you why. First of all, she is an earth sign. He is a water sign. Also, if you notice, she's born on the 6th. He's born on the 24th. 2 plus 4 is 6. Their numbers are different, though. Your numbers, Jessica, are always the 6, 8, and 3. Okay. And it means that as a result of it, that your best days will always be on a Friday, and a Saturday and a Thursday, where your partner is born June the 24th. So his numbers are the 6, 2, and 7. And his best days are on Friday and Monday. So you two have Friday as a common denominator. Here's the kicker to a degree. I would say it's going to be a good relationship because both of you are 6s, okay? He's born on the 24th, which means influential women. You're born on the 6th of the month in and of itself. However, you two are considered astrologically oppositional signs. The opposition sign to Capricorn is Cancer. That's him. The opposition sign to Cancer, which is him, is Capricorn, which is you. So what that means is when you'll have those days, and there will be those days, I don't care if you're born the same month, day, year, time, other than a different mother, you will have moments of disagreements. And if you understand that, that will help you navigate the ups and downs of life, because that's how it is. Again, my thing is the sun don't come out every day. So like, so the relationships are not going to always be sunny every day, a little stormy, overcast, whatever the case is. But that's very important to understand. All right. So if on those days, if on those days you have those moments, that's what you call working it out. A lot of days, a lot of us don't want to work these things out, which I think is so unfortunate. So here we go. This is Eddie Hendricks. Okay, he says, "Have a blessed day, you too, buddy." And his birthday is July 18th. Since we just spoke about cancers, his life path is a 3. So let me see if he is correct. That would be correct. Yes, he is. He's in a, let me see. Did I do that right? Yes, he is. He's in a 3 personal year. 3 life path. Okay. Here's the thing. In numerology, there are terms that are used: life path, birth path, this, that, and the other. The way I describe it to my clients, so it's more digestible, it would say, Eddie, you are in the 3rd grade in the school of life. Now, when I simplify it like that, most of us have gone to school, if not all of us. Okay. And when you go to school, whatever grade you're in, you got to learn the lessons in order to go to the next grade, right? Well, in this grade, he's a 3, but his key numbers are a water sign with a fire number. So that means you're going to be bipolar a little bit, Eddie. Nothing to do with medications and all that stuff. But fire and water are elements that kind of like, unless you're taking a shower, okay, a hot shower, that's water and heat, fire. But basically, what it simply means, there'll be times you'll be very emotional, and then there'll be times, sir, you'll be very passionate, Eddie, and everybody better get out your way. And then you got all those 4s up in there, which means you like to be different and very sensitive too. All righty. But your key numbers, though, and here's what's important. You said you see 333 and 444. Well, your numbers, according to this particular configuration, which is an exception to the golden rule, are always the 9, the 6, and the 3. The fact that you see 333 adds up to a 9. The fact that you see 444, which adds up to a 12, which is a 3, is your 3rd choice number. Your numbers are the 9, the 6, and the 3. So if you're seeing these triple 3s, it means something about your career, because 3 is a career-oriented number. And it means you want to push your ambition, you push your feelings. It means that an Aries, a Scorpio, or a Leo are probably important, or anyone born on the 9th or the 18th, like you. 1 plus 8 is 9, or the 27th of the month. Then on top of that, you're thinking of 444, which is 3. So that has something to do with your career. But it says at the same time, there is a warning against you being used as the victim or the sacrifice for the plans and intrigues of others. So don't be, Cancers are generous anyway. They're the mother, father / of the zodiac sign. They're the nurturers of the zodiac sign. So you don't want nobody nurturing on your resources if you wind up on the short end of the stick, okay? So that 444 means either there is a Sagittarius or Pisces or someone born on the 3rd, 12th, 21st, or 30th of the month. But it also means at the same time, if you haven't heard from somebody in a New York minute, although I don't think you're in New York, and somebody wants want you to do them a favor, I would say you need to think twice, especially if you haven't heard from them in a minute. Because almost always, if you are not careful, sir, based upon that number, you wind up being the victim or the sacrifice for the plans and intrigues of others. And I don't see why you got to go through any of that. It don't make no sense. Okay, this one here is Candy Red Third. Good afternoon. She wants a general reading on herself. And wow, I read somebody today born September the 1st, and her sons is August 14th and August 27th. Now, although she's got sons born in August, and it's interesting because the number one rule, see, each number rules a month in the year. So the number one rules, its natural rulership is the month of August. Not only that, the next is February. Okay, the next would be April. These is when the exaltations, astrological things come in that I don't want to bore you a bit. But the point is, she's got 2 sons born in the same month, but under totally, totally different signs. So the one that's born on August 14th is the Leo. That's fire and air. So those combinations are very stimulating. The son that's born on the 27th is earth and fire. So that's not as harmonious as they would say. But what it is about this, that both your sons are very active. Both your sons are energetic, as they should, as young men, I should say, for the most part. The one that's on August 14th, though, that is a person that loves change more than anything else. Both your sons do love travel, all right? And I would say it's your first son that will probably have multiple relationships before your second son. But as far as you are, your numbers are the 1, 4, 5. Sundays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays are your best days. With your son that's born on the 14th. Now, dig this. This is your son. I mean, they're your sons. But what I'm saying is your numbers are the 1, 4, and 5. His numbers, your firstborn child, his numbers are the 5, 1, and 4. So I know that boy looks just like his mama. Looks, temperament, mannerisms, disposition, gait, complexion, height, whatever. There's going to be some like, boy, where your mama? How your mama doing? You know how the folks talk at family reunions. So anyway, but the second son, he's different. He's different. 5 is still one of his numbers. But your first son got all 3 as yours. But this one, he's got a mind of his own. He got a pretty good opinion of himself. If he went and joined the military or law enforcement or something, that wouldn't have surprised me. But of your 2 sons, that's the one that's more accident prone than the one, than your other son, who might be slightly more illness prone. But it's your last son that's more accident prone. But his numbers are the 9, 5, and 6. So what do all of you share, young lady? The number 5. What day do you share in common? Wednesday. What month do you share in common, which would be June and September? And what date y'all have in common will also be the 5th, the 14th, or the 23rd of any month. That was fun. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. This is Jen, I believe. Hold on. Let me do this right. Yeah, this is Jen Vision. Hi, Jen. And her birthday is November the 20th. Now, she's a water sign with a water number. Okay. So that means if she is into her feelings, that makes all the sense in the world to me. She's water, water. And then women basically are ruled by the moon, and the moon element is ruled by water. So this explains why women feel so much. But Jen, you feel even more so than the average woman, okay? You'll tell your girlfriend, don't mess with Johnny, he's a jerk. You know what I'm saying? You think they listen to you? Guess what? They come back later and said, Jen, guess what? He was a jerk and even worse. Okay, so that's how that goes. So you're going to always find that people are always going to come to you for advice, for counsel, things like that. And yet you have a very sensitive stomach. And if a man took you out, the first date out should not be at Mickey D's. It will be the last date. I guarantee you. You don't play that. Your thing is you can do the dollar meal by yourself. Thank you. Okay. But if you're going to take me out, we need to go somewhere. And that's not talking about that she's, very expensive, high maintenance. But if you're going to deal with Jen, you got to take her where there's atmosphere, ambiance, great food. She can see people dance, even if she wants to dance and stuff, because she likes to dance and collect things and stuff like that, poetry. Anyway, there's a lot to you, but your key numbers are the 2, 7, and 6. And since these are all psychic numbers, you should always go with your feelings, Jen. You know how some people say, girl, you don't know what you're talking about, girl. You just being silly. And that feeling don't go away. You need to follow your spirit. That's all I could say for that. So now let me go to the other side and I'm going to take this one. They're born, Natasha, she's born August 28th. So she's an earth sign with a fire number, passionate and fiery, practical, down to earth, yet proactive about getting the job done. So if you got a person like this who you're dealing with, you got to be straight with them right away. And in fact, from that, the lucky numbers from this person is the 1, 4, and 5. That must be the number for the day. That keeps coming up a little bit right there. And all these numbers will show patterns at some point in time too. But so that's how it is with you. And by the way, with you having this configuration of a number, it simply means that sometimes you have to be careful who you put your trust in, because see, each number has a definition past 9. 10 has a definition, 11 have its own definition, 12 has its own definition, etc. Well, the 28 is called the divorce number. Not that you have to be divorced, Natasha, but it means symbolically divorced from your monies. So you got to be careful who you put your trust in, who you seek your counsel from, and how you sign your name on the dotted line. And if you can remember that, then you'll be much, much better for it. And ironically, the irony is this: younger, you're attracted older men. As you get older, they're going to start being younger. That's all I'm saying. I think you know that already. So anyway, that's it for that. Let me go back to. Okay, let me hide the comments a second. Okay. There is some person on Building a Bag, and she made a donation. Thank you very, very much. She didn't give a birthday, but I do thank you very much. This is Michelle Lynn, February the 16th, which makes her an Aquarius 7 person. Now, of the people I've read so far, they all got 3 numbers. About 95% of the population walking around has 3 numbers. Then you got a person with that rarefied air that's got 4 numbers. Well, Michelle N is the 1. Her numbers are the 7, 2, 4, and 1. So it means, in essence, Monday, Sunday, Wednesdays are her best days as a general rule. And she would normally do well in the months of February, June, July, August. And that's how I see that. Normally, 7 people like to be to themselves. Okay. 7 is the most social animal in the world. If you ask Prince, okay, who's a 7. All right. If you ask Tupac too, who was laid back, other than him being in front of a mic or performing, other than that, most 7 people are laid back. And I would say, Michelle, you're one of them too. So in other words, people just can't be knocking on the door thinking they're going to hang out, because they'll embarrass themselves because you're not going to answer the door. But anyway, it tells me you have a mind of your own. You like to kind of be independent in your assessment of arriving at conclusions. And sometimes you worry more than you need to. And since this is the year of the 7, that is 2023, when you add those 4 numbers for somebody who may have missed it, and the fact that you're born on the 16th, which is a 7, mean that this, astrologically speaking, is going to be a very auspicious year for you. But how? Well, you are a 7. This year is a 7, and you happen to be in a 7 personal year at the same time. So this is a nice year to get your spiritual house in order. Go back to nature, go back to the beach, go back to the sand, go to the sun, definitely near a body of water, because this is a water year. So I would expect things to be up as it relates to water products or liquids, oils, anything liquid. This is going to be a very important year for this country. But in the meantime, all you got to do, which is easier said than done, is not worry so much. And that's a little easier said than done. You know, let me read this person here. This is Chad. How you doing, buddy? 1111. That makes sense because he's born on the 29th, and 2 plus 9 equals 11. I don't know whether he did it that way, but I'm saying, Chad, let me see if I did his name right quick. That's 4, 10, 11, 12, 13. So he attracts Aquarians and Leos and Geminis to him, or people born on a date that's a 1 or a 4. So it just tells me Chad likes to be different. That's it. His name adds up to a 4. He has 4 letters in his name, and 1111 adds up to a 4. He's also born in 1984. That adds to 22, and 2 plus 2 is 4. I don't mean to belabor things, but 4 is kind of like somewhere hovering around this guy. All right. But technically, he's a sweetie pie of a guy. All right. He would be like a big old teddy bear, like big, strong, maybe, but got a heart of gold. All right. Say, what is it you want, Bull? Okay. What can I do for you, mama? You know, those kind of things. And that's why I truly agree. Women will be your blessing and your curse, Chad. Okay. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, thank you. By the way, your numbers are the 2, 7, and 8. And you'll find your best days are always on a Monday and a Saturday, and throw in Friday to go with it too. All righty. Thank you. This is Deborah Nuthall. She is July the 6th of 1956. Okay, born in Philadelphia at 11 a.m. So that means where the moon was at that time. 6, 7. Yeah, about your son should be about the, I think about the 10, no, about the 11th house, 12th to 11th house, somewhere around there. But anyway, here's the thing. You are born as a water sign and an earth number, which are very compatible elements, one to the other. There are elements that go together. Air and fire goes together. Earth and water goes together. Okay. So you have the right combination of a water sign with an earth number, which means you can be very nurturing. At the same time, sometimes people will think you're a little dictatorial. And it's not that you're dictatorial. It's just that you kind of know how you run your household. So people, if they say you've had control issues and prior relationships with them, that would kind of make sense. But the one thing about a 6 is they are persons of principles, strong sense of right and wrong and justice. Okay. And if you cross those lines that they respect, then I would say yes, the stubbornness will definitely come out in all of its form. Blue should be the lucky color you should wear, Deborah, from the lightest to the darkest. And your numbers are the 6, 2, and 7, and Mondays and Fridays. No, excuse me. Friday's always first, then Monday's always second. All righty. So that is you. So let me kind of go back a bit. And okay, and somebody had donated something and their thing didn't show up. So let me go to this one. Okay, Spiritual Kai. She said, thank. Her life path is 11 or 2. Okay, well, there's one way for me to find out, and I'm going to do it on a piece of paper just to make sure. 90% of the times I do this in my head, but if she wants to know about if she is a master number 11, then there's a certain way of how I do that. 18, 24, 302. Yep. 7, 8, 9. Did I do that right? Hold on, Lloyd. 9, 18. 6. Yeah. Okay. 26. All right, folks. Here's, I got it. When I do Zoom meetings, I also show people how I arrived at this. This is it. Excuse the tackiness right quick, okay? But as you see, she is in an 11 personal year. So what I'm saying is, your destiny number is 11. Thank you. But for you this year, you're in a 7 personal year, okay? Being a Virgo 2 person, your key numbers are the 2, 7, and 5. What's happening is Virgo is the finicky sign when it comes to food. 2 is the finicky number when it comes to food. So I know that either you know how to burn them pots and pans, okay, where people get 2, 3 meals and then go lay down on it so they can think about it. Or it indicates you're very particular, fussy about diet and collecting things or throwing things away or something of that nature. Um, so it means you're super picky. That's all. And very much into hygiene, because Virgo's a hygiene number, hygiene sign too is definitely a hygiene number. So I know if you got some babies, you taught them they got to wash everywhere if they're gonna be in this household. You can't go sit in your house and their hands all dirty, think they're gonna be sitting in their meal eating your well-cooked food and they ain't wash their hands. No, I don't think you go for that too much. Okay. But anyway, it does indicate, oh, excuse me, this is a male. I do correct. Thank you very much for this. See, because I just assume it's a woman because most of my clientele are women. But sir, I do stand corrected. You still, but whatever I described, it still does not change the nature of things. That one, you are very fussy or finicky about your eating habits. Normally, twos and Virgos are your vegetarians, semi-vegetarians. That is how they work. They're very particular about what they do, what they eat, who they associate with, male or female. All righty. Thank you for that, spiritual Kai. I really appreciate that, buddy. And but it tells me you will get along better with women, sir. Either you work around a lot of women or you have a woman supervisor or whatever the case is. But if that's the case, that's basically how that would work. But yes, your uh life path is 11. And if you notice, you're also born on the 29th, and 2 plus 9 is 11. All righty. However, this year that you're in is an 8 personal year. This is the year to move it to the next level. In other words, you've gotten past 7 year last year. Now you're in 8 that deals with more of the material, the things that people are used to about making that money, chasing that bag. I think that's the term they use nowadays is 21st century, chasing that bag. Okay, chasing the ladies, whatever the case is. Now you can do that. But I would say after last year, the spiritual card really, really applied to you in more ways than one. But again, your numbers are the 2, 7, and 5, and Mondays and Wednesdays are your best days. All righty. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see who we got here on the back end. So we got this person here who is born on February the 4th. Okay. And in the year 2000, they're male. Their sun and moon and ascendant are all in Aquarius. Is that true? Okay, if so, then I would see need the time. But first of all, they said they're in an 8 personal year. Is that true? No. Hold it. Oh, their life path is an 8. That much is true. Their personal year is a 4. That is true. Not bad for the first time coming here. You're in a 4 personal year, which means this is about getting your act together. Not only that, you are born on the 4th day of the month. Remember, anytime you're going through a personal year cycle and one of those cycle numbers matches one of yours, like in this case, this person's in a 4 personal year, and then they happen to be born on the 4th too. It's totally different if I'm in a 4 personal year and they're in a 4 personal year, but I'm not born on a 4. Yes, we will go through similar things, but the emphasis, the more goodness of it will be more on this person because this person is coming around to a number that feels at home. They're back home where my 4 may not be at home, so to speak. So again, how you find your personal year is easy. You take the month, the day, and the year you were born and just add all that up, and it tells you your mission, your purpose here. And whatever that number is, that's the grade you're in. That way it's more digestible for you. But I would say this is interesting. And the fact that this person is in a year right now that's a 4, I'd say, get it together. Get yourself structured. And if I'm not mistaken, this person, it's entered their 22nd birthday. There will be 23 in next month, but right now they're still 22, which is a 4. So I would say this has been a very important age for you. That's all I can say, Giannis. Okay. So thank you very, very much for that. Let's see who we can get next. Okay. Yes, I do have a cash app. Somebody want to know. I'll put up my banners later on. I will. I keep forgetting to do that. Excuse me, let me get this out the way. Where'd that come from? All righty. So in this case, this is high vibes only. Jessica, she is born on August the 5th, and she's been seeing 119 everywhere. What it simply means, because in my book, my orange book behind me, Numbers in You, which is my classic, I indicate that there's a chapter I have called Numerology and Thought Reading. And what it does is it taps into the subconscious mind. People forget we do have two minds. That's why you got to be very careful how you talk to yourself. There's one that's outside that forgets everything what you had for breakfast last week or yesterday. And then there's the subconscious mind to remember everything you got here since you don't even remember yourself, which is why they use hypnotists to get to going deeper into finding out things about you that you've long forgot. So at any rate, though, you are a pistol, high vibes, and I'm saying not in a bad way, but in a way that you've always been on the move. You like to be on the go. You don't like sitting still. You don't like repeating yourself. You like to keep it moving. Why? Because you are an air number, and that makes sense. Air does not stay in one little corner of the room. It doesn't. It's all over the joint. But because you're seeing 119, which adds up to an 11, it means you're ready to make a transition, either from a relationship, from a job, from a home, but you're ready to make a break or a change. It also means it could have been a Cancer involved, since it adds up to a 2. Since it's a master number 11, it could be a Leo or an Aquarius involved in the situation as well, or anybody born on the 2nd to 7th, the 11th to 16th, the 20th, 25th, or 29th of any month. Okay? I tell you this though, you got to give the sister some space. If you're dealing with Jessica, don't be sweating the clock on all the time. Like, yo, boo, where you at? Where you coming? When you coming back? And I would say one day she's gonna go and never come back. So I'm just saying that if you want to hold on to the sister, you got to let her go. It's counterintuitive, but that's how it works with number 5 people. All righty, it does. Okay, who else do we have here? Okay, this one is amazing. Hazy. January the 1st of 1987. Happy belated birthday. All the triple numbers are stalking me, sometimes even 44, 44, 4, 8, 12, 16, 7. That means you want to get away from the confusion. You want to get away somewhere where you can hear yourself think, okay, as they say. Then you got 5 5s, which is also, believe it or not, adding up to a 7, which means you basically subconsciously need some space to yourself. You need time alone. You may be going through a spiritual transformation because this is the year of the 7, by the way. And there could be other things involved as well. But it's so interesting that quad 4s adds up to 16, and her 5 5s add up to 25, and they both add up to 7. So that's what it tells me. A Cancer or a Pisces or anyone whose birthday adds up to a 2 or 7 is important. But here's the thing for you. This is your year to fulfill your dreams. You're in a 9 personal year. When I took January the 1st, added it to 2023. So that means a couple of things. One, good for cutting your losses. 2, focusing on manifesting those things you want to do. 3, it also means embarking on long distance journeys. 4, which I didn't, is in other words, since 9 is ruled by Mars, which governs Aries, and Mars is the war planet. That means be very careful this year, avoiding arguments and people wanting to fuss and fight and all kind of confrontations. You see, it's almost like I saw somewhere where some people was killed in California. Somebody shot them. It's almost like every other day somebody is trying to take somebody off the planet. And I'm saying try not to get caught up into anybody's drama this year, since you're entering a 9 cycle year, but focus on your dreams and focus on getting rid of any debris or toxicity or things that have not been useful or wasteful or non-productive in your life. That's what you do this year. And also plan a long distance trip somewhere too. You probably deserve it. But you're very headstrong. You don't take orders well. So I would say at times that one of the statements that you may have in relationships is that you are accused of being bossy. No, you know what you want. You're going to speak on it. That's basically it. But you'd make an excellent lawyer, doctor, or scientist. But 1, 4, and 8 of your numbers, Sunday and Tuesday and Saturday, are always your best days without exception. All right. So let's go back. I'm going to go back and forth. Okay, there's another person that made a donation. Their initials are RF. Okay, RF, and they're born on September the 3rd. Okay. So they are an earth sign with a fire number. Hold on. Let me see. Where is this one? I need to kind of get this off here. Okay. There we go. So we can focus. This person that made a donation, thank you very much. They're Virgo, a Virgo 3 person. And so they're earth and fire. So these are elements that are not as compatible, because anytime you want to extinguish fire, which is your number, you get water. And if you don't have water, you get dirt with your earth. And it doesn't mean you extinguish yourself, but it means if sometimes you're passionate and sometimes it takes you a minute to get it together, that would make sense to me. All righty. And here's the irony too for me. One, that I would say in this existence that you have lived so far, RF, I would say that you've attracted older relationships when you were young. As you got older, they became younger. Then you had long distance relationships, and then relationships from different cultures too. That's all I'm saying. Hit me in the back. No, I was thinking of Clubhouse where you go in the back of the room or whatever it is. But anyway, I think this is you. And your numbers, by the way, are the 3, 6, and 5. And Thursday, Friday, and Wednesday are your best days. Although your days say Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, your days goes Thursday's always first, Friday's always second, Wednesday's always third. What do I mean by your days? These are the days to set up appointments, go on interviews, take tests, plead your case before the judge, get a lawyer, sign a contract, launch a deal, anything significant of consequence. These would be your best days. So when I say your days, it ain't to party and hang out, go play no numbers. Although some people have done that, okay? But I'm saying for this particular person, those would be your better days. Okay, so let's see what we got here. All righty. And listen, I got to thank all of you. And I really, really wished my moderator know me. I'll try to read everybody in this room if I can, but time will not permit. And so I have to deal with that. Here's another person. This is Not for Life 77. That's interesting. They got a 7 path. They're born in the year 77. They're born in the 16th day. And the number 7 rules the sign of Pisces in addition to Cancer. So I would say you're right. This is really, really a lot of 7s up in here. And in fact, since this year is a 7, and you therefore happen to be in an 8 personal year. So this is your year where you kind of like break out, your breakout year, so to speak, in terms of doing things on a very grand scale, thinking big, doing big, acting big, projecting bigness, projecting success. There's also a cycle of maturity where you begin to grow and evolve and reach a certain level of sophistication and understanding about your life too. So it's going to be very good in that way. And you should definitely take advantage of it. The only thing that 7 does is they worry. They're experts at worry. Okay. If you think I worry, she probably out worry me. Or that's how we 7s do. We tend to worry. But on the other hand, it's not as bad as we thought it is. It's amazing how time goes by. I'm looking at the time already. I'm saying like, what? Okay. Anyway, let me see. Can I put this person up? Let me see. Let me take this person off, and I will take a couple of donations. This is one, Sawaya Smith, Sawaya, Sawaya Smith. She is born on April the 5th of 1984. Her sun and her rising is in Aries, and her moon is in Gemini. Now, let me tell you this. First of all, when you're dealing with an Aries woman, get ready. They got all the energy in the world, okay? Sawaya will tell you. Not only that, but she's a 5, and 5 is an energy number. It's very active, it's very ongoing. And I like this combination because it's a fire sign with an air number. Since air stimulates fire, that tells me she's not going to wait around for you to get yourself together. She's not going to wait around till you get off your rusty dust. It's like, okay, boo, what we going to do? So if you're dealing with this sister, you know how you got to roll if you're going to be with Sawaya. That's all I can tell you. It's interesting, since she's born on the 5th of April, she's in a 7 personal year, which means this is a year to get your spiritual house in order. Normally Aries is very outgoing. 5 is definitely outgoing. But this year, if you find solace just in prayer, meditation, reflection, being at home by yourself, not wanting to be answering the door when people feel they can come and hang out and you don't have that hangout moment this year, or you want to go somewhere where there's the sand, the sea, and the sun to kind of hear yourself think and get it together and figure out what all these weird or crazy dreams about. That is the cycle that you are in. And so since you are in the cycle that deals with the law of attraction, because 2023 is a 7, that rules the law of attraction. So whatever you're thinking, folks, that's what's going to come to you. I cannot emphasize that you must monitor your thoughts this year. If you're thinking failure, I guarantee you that's what you will get. If you're coming to this planet and this year with a poverty mindset, I guarantee you that's exactly what you'll have at the end of the year. But if you change that mindset and think of abundance and think of wealth and think of prosperity and think of all the good things that you want and just focus on it and let go and let God. That's what the elders used to say, I understand it the more I hear. When the elders say, son, you got to let go and let God. So that's what you do. When you say something or think of something, you can't put God on no time clock. Okay, you got to, I need this in 2-3 hours and next week, and I need X number of dollars. No, just form your image of what you want. See it in your mind's eye on the mental screen of your mind, and then just let it go. You cannot tell the creator how to get it to you. The man is busy, or the woman, whichever choice you want to make with this. Okay, the person, the higher source is busy, but the secret is not to chase this year, but go by the laws of attraction, which the 7 governs. It's magnetic. It will draw. It will come to you. Now, y'all don't have to believe me, but some of you saying, I ain't got no money. So yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. You must be careful of your thoughts this year. That's about the only way I can put it. All righty. And I mean, real talk on that. Okay. It's no joke. So if you're thinking the worst, that's what you're going to get. All right. This is from Beverly Mitchell. Okay. She is born August the 26th. Her husband is born on May the 31st, and her son is born on the 22nd. Well, I know this. The son and the husband are very similar. Why do I say that? Well, if you look at the date of birth, he's born on the 31st, which is a 4. Their son is born on the 22nd, and 2 + 2 is 4. So I know right away which of the two would favor who more. For example, he could look just like his mother, but got all the temperament, mannerisms, disposition of the father. Okay? Like his numbers are the 4, 1, and 5. And in fact, the son's numbers are the 4, 1, and 5. They got the same numbers. They got the same numbers, miss. So what do you tell? So that's what it is. So what's the best days for your husband and your son? That will always be on a Sunday and a Wednesday and a Monday. Okay? Or you could say Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, but those will be their days. You are totally different, dear. You are cut from a different cloth. You are an earth sign with an earth number, which means you are super, super practical. And so sometimes people might think you're being overbearing, but you kind of know how you want to lay the foundation to your home, your family, your job, and everything else, if that makes sense. All right. And by the way, your numbers are totally different too. Well, I stand corrected because your numbers are the 8, 6, and 5. So out of the 3 of you, what do you share in common? The number 5. Okay. 5 is the number you'll share. So anytime you want to get your husband and your son Beverly on the same page because you're trying to do something and these guys ain't getting it, arrange it on a Wednesday, because that is the day that is common to the 3 of you. And then especially if it's in June or in September, because those months rule the number 5, or if it's on the 5th, the 14th, or the 23rd of the month. And they will be just as nice and receptive as you want them to be. In fact, you might even be pinching yourself because they're so cooperative. But timing is everything. That is the point. The timing is everything. So anyway, Beverly, thank you so much for that. That was a lot of fun. All right, so let me go back a bit. Let me go back. And let's see here. What is this? Okay. Okay, this is from Be Empowered. Thanks for the donation, Be Empowered Express. And her birthday is March the 22nd. So she would be what they call a borderline case, but not really. She's an Aries, because Aries starts around the 20th, 21st of every month of March, springtime as they call it. So you are an Aries 4, which means you have open and secret enemies at the same time, which tells me, my dear, it's not easy being you. If it ain't one thing, it's another. 4, jealousy, envy, because it's futuristic. 5, open enemies because of its courage and confidence, where people misinterpret it that you being bragging and boastful and arrogant and stuff like that. So they totally missed the ball. But you are different, and bless your soul, you are more sensitive than people give you credit for too. They might think nothing bothers you. They don't know how off base they are, but you are very different. And this year says is your year to make a change. In other words, the cycles go from 1 to 9. Well, this year you're in the middle. You're dead center this year. You're in a 5 personal year. So this is the turning point for you. This is the year to make your break, to go in a different direction, not worrying about what your friends are doing. Okay, you better focus on what you're doing and what your cycle says is best for you. And once you know that, but right now they got us so caught up in the what this person's doing, what that person's doing. None of them are paying your bills. None of them are paying your rent and mortgage. None of them are buying your food. Okay. So based upon that, you would think that you would use your resources to do what you have to do for yourself, not worrying about what this person over here is doing or what that person over there is doing or how many hits they got or how many likes they got. You better make sure that you like yourself, because again, you can run from everybody, but you cannot run from yourself. So to me, it's a very simple thing, but it wasn't always simple. It took me a minute to say that. Okay. I wasn't always, it took me a while to love myself too. Yes, it did. But once I loved myself, it was a wrap. Man, I don't care who it is. I wouldn't trade places with me for nobody. I love me, but it took me a while because that wasn't always the case, which is why I speak with the conviction I do for those of you who may have doubts about your worthiness or self-value or things of that nature. Because if you don't feel it, I don't know what to tell you. By the way, young lady, for being powered, your key numbers again are the 4, 1, and 9. And it means Sunday and Tuesdays are your best days. And you always do well, almost without exceptions, in February, April, August, and November. And you tend to be misdiagnosed by doctors too. Just as people read you wrong, so do the medical profession. Okay. This is Tara Lomax. Hi, Tara. And she's born October the 28th, which makes her a Scorpio 1 person. So she's a water sign with a fire number, which are elements that would be considered kind of contradictory. So here's what it means to me, Tara. It all depends on what day of the week they catch you on. If they catch you on a day where you're feeling things and and you're into your feelings, as they now say, well, yeah, because that seemed the whole talk that, well, everybody's in their feelings. Okay, good. But what happens is you bring fire to the table as well, being a fire number. And so that means you're going to have to discern the emotional part, which is water, versus the action, get up and be proactive to get the job done, which is your fire number. But your key numbers, though, are the 1, 4, and 9. And out of those 3 numbers, 1s and 9s are the numbers of honesty. And I often say that if you don't want to hear the truth, you don't go talk to a number 9 or a number 1. And she's got both. So you best believe me. And she's not mean. Tara's not mean, but you got to come correct. Because if you don't come correct, you might get your feelings hurt. And Tara is not bad. It's like anything. If the beauty sometimes of not having education in the days of my parents and grandparents, they had what is called common sense. One of them is you treat people the way you want to be treated. You don't need no GED for that. You don't need no diploma for that. You don't need it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be treated nice, that's how you need to treat people. Simple, simple. But yet it's one ear and out the other. I don't get it. I don't get it. But that's how you do it. And what I'm saying is, if everybody treat like that, you'll find there'll be less drama that y'all read about and hear about in the press and in the media and on the internet. Okay. But no, what makes the press is who shot up John and who said this and who said that. And hey, I think there could be a better life to this too. This is Awani. Hi, Awani. Okay, she is 5'1", 66. Send you a tip for your insight of financial gains. Hello, I'm 5'1", 66. Send you a tip. Listen, let me say this. I did not start this. I know this is going to sound crazy to some people, but trust me with this. My goal when I started this, the objective was not to make money. I don't mind making money because I got to pay bills too, like everybody else. But that was not my goal. And so since I've been on this gentleman's show, 19 Keys, I mean, almost every week since I've been there, like I think December, I've been getting donations, which I don't mind. Listen, I ain't turning away nothing. Okay. It ain't that kind of party. It ain't that serious. But what I'm saying is I don't want to lose my goal and objectives of how I started this. It wasn't about how many likes I got. It wasn't about how many subscribers I got. It wasn't how much money y'all can donate to me. It's about raising your awareness of things. That is priceless to me. Everything can't be about money. It can't. Not for me. But, yes, we do need money in order to pay bills and buy food and rent and insurance and everything else we got to deal with in this culture. But basically, I came into this cold to help people help themselves. That is my objective. I will not lose that. So y'all can donate all the money you want to. I will never forget the Stephen Williams and his family and other people that's been with me from day one who have been supportive of me. What do I look like kicking them to the curb because now I'm getting some money in? That's kind of cheap to me. And I don't roll like that. I don't. I like sleeping good at night. Anyway, enough of that. So anyway, let me see. This is Janice, okay? Janice is born on June the 19th, which makes her a Pisces, a water sign with a fire number. So I think she's in an 11. Let me see if I do this correctly. Is she in an 11 or just a 2? Let's see if that is the case. 4. Nope. She is in an 11 person. You are in an 11 personal year. Now, I'm going to show you how I did that. When I'm looking for master numbers, there is a way I do it. And I says 3, 19, and then I add the year 2023. See, all this I do in my head, but when I'm looking for master numbers, I'm a little bit more specific about things. Okay. And here we go. All right, folks, see? What I did was, can you see it? All righty. What I did was I took a month, her day, and the year I want to know about right there, 2023. And it factored out, and she is in an 11 personal year. What that means, Janice, is this is your year to take things to an elevated level. Now, if you have no goals, no dreams, just be a 2. 2 means it's very slow moving. You got to take your time. You got to wait and see. You know what I mean? But when you're in 11, you done inched it up a notch. Okay, very much so. And so you have all the potentials this year of bringing to the table of your life some things that are very innovative, original, inventive, futuristic, whatever the case is. And you'll find that Leos will help you, Aquarians will help you, thank you, or Cancers, and in fact, the master number 11 governs the sign of Leo. So that's why I said Leo and Aquarian, and the minor way Cancers will help you. And your key numbers, by the way, are the 1, 4, and 3. So that means you will definitely attract younger people. I know what year you're born in, but that don't mean nothing to, I know how we guys roll. All righty. And you don't look your age anyway. You could probably say you almost born 1964 at 80, 74 or 80. And some people might say, are you sure? But most people say, oh, you're born 74 or 76, 77? Yeah, because you are blessed not to look your age. There is a God. So again, your best days are always on a Sunday, a Tuesday, and a Thursday. And I thank you very much, Janice, for that. I appreciate that. Believe it or not, my time is almost up, and I'm having fun though. And this is Bino. Okay. They are born on January the 30th, which their birthday is a week from today. Okay, so we'll be the first to wish you happy birthday, Bino. And it also indicates you are air sign with a fire number, which is very compatible one to the other. So it indicates you got on your own between your probably 19th, 22nd birthday, but you've always been very ambitious, always been a go-getter. And if people challenge you about you can't do this, that, and the other, that's when you rise to the occasion. And your birthday says you're a natural flirt too, organically, of course, because you ain't trying to do nothing to break up relationships with us. Sometimes there's things that are very natural, very organic. Well, people born on, seeing you're not just a three, you're three to the 10th power because you got a zero behind it. So this is why they said people born on the 30th exhibits what is called mental superiority, which is a way of saying you're a big thinker. So if you're a lady, for example, and coming up and all your girlfriends say, yeah, let's do what you want to do, fine. If you were a guy, for example, because I don't know whether BMO is a male or female, what it means is all the guys say, okay, man, yeah, we down with you. We go with that one. So whatever the case is, you have the abilities and the leadership potentials for yourself, and you need to take advantage of that. By the way, your numbers are the 3, 4, and 1, and your best day is always on a Thursday first, followed by a Sunday second. All righty. So, oh, and Janice said she keeps saying 444, and that's a 3. And she's born under the sign of Cancer. Pisces, which has 3 as one of the numbers. So it means also something about the career too. All right, I'm going to take just a couple of more, and then I'm going to have to say Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday got guests. Okay, this is Donald Brown. Donald Brown, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, sir. You are an Aquarius, master number 11 person. And the year you're going through, hold up. I got to do my pen again just to make sure. 2/11, 2023. Okay, Lloyd, that is 6/3. Yep. You too are in a master number 11. Now, here's the thing that's so unusual about you, sir. Not only are you born on the 11th day of the month, you happen to be in an 11 personal year as well. Now, it's one thing if you're a 2 and then you're on 11. That means you really doing a high level. But the fact that the 11 rules the master number Leo and is very friendly to the sign of Aquarius, which is your sign, and you're born on the 11th, because see, in astrology or in numerology, Leo rules the master number 11, and the master number 22 is governed by the zodiac sign of Aquarius. So you would be like a double master number, sir, astrologically and numerically in an 11th. Brother, this is your year, boy. Boy, let me tell you this. I hope you ain't sitting home all day watching some TV, man, because you got a year that's coming up that's like, yo, you got to be on it this year. This year, you cannot go to sleep. I mean, other than regular bedtime. But that means no lollygagging around. You're in a cycle that doesn't come often. I'm telling you, this cycle may not come for another 9 years. So you need to take advantage of it. And I place emphasis on that in all realness. Okay. Change your eating habits, change your philosophy. But when you're in an 11, it takes you to another level in terms of seeing things on a high level in your mind's eye. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a very, very important year for you. And that's all I'm saying, Donald. And then your name adds up to 24, which means you attract Tauruses and Librans and anybody born on the 6th to 15th or the 24th anyway. But that's a whole nother thing for another time. Okay, this one we have King Adonis. All righty. A Cancer, born July the 6th, 2000. Wellness, okay. First of all, water sign with an earth number, very good. Born in the year 2000, which is a water year. Have a number 6 destiny if this is the year they are born. Wholeness, 7-2. The mother's a Taurus and the father's a Virgo. But I would expect the Taurus because by the fact that the person is born on the 6th means that there's a higher than average probability one of the parents will either be a sign ruled by the 6th, which would be Taurus, which is his mom, Libra, which is October, or a person born on the 6th, 15th, or 24th of the month. But this is your love year, King Adonis. This is your year. I mean, you ain't have to run down the aisle and get married and all that stuff or fall crazy in love. But I'm saying that if relationships have been an issue, that will not be an issue this year looking at the cycle you're in. That's all I'm saying. But go back to school. Take care of your health. Take care of yourself too. Make those your priorities too. I mean, yes, I know you're 22, will be 23, and the girls is looking good. I've been there too. The girls are always gonna look good, man. That's how that goes, no matter. But the point right now is to stay focused. And this is your year to take care and handle your business in terms of your education, your job, your career, and other things like that. And you would also do well in real estate, banking, law, medicine, the arts, singing, theater, dance, music. I mean, you got a lot of skill sets. That's all I can say. But it's what you do or don't do with what you got. Make sense? Alrighty, I'm going to take about one more, and I think that will be it. I'm a little over my hour. I keep saying I'm going to get off this puppy, but okay, I'm going to take this person, Jalen. They are born on February the 26th, which means they're water sign with an earth number, which is very compatible. And their key numbers are the 8, 3, and 6. Those are her numbers. And it also means she's always very mature, very serious minded, very conservative, and like to think before they leap. That is for sure. Okay, so you got character movies that jump out the window. She don't play that. No, she's going to look before she leaps. She does anything. So if she takes her time, she is being true to herself as you have to be as true to yourself. You can't want somebody to be somebody else and don't want you to be who you are. You cannot have it both ways. Not in life. The pendulum don't swing like that. And I must say hi to my childhood friend, Kenny Amos. Kenny Amos and I, both Aquarians. We had a group back in the day, a band, and in fact, we won. We won grand prize on the Showtime at the Apollo on Wednesday night. Yes, we did. At that time, they was paying very little money, but boy, you could not tell us anything. We won. That was all that really mattered. Anyway, so that was it. But to Kenny, my buddy, thank you. You got a birthday coming up soon. Being an Aquarius, from one Aquarian to another. But he is a rock solid guy. That's all I can know. And in fact, I thought about him the other day. So Kenny, I pray you live 1,000 days. Not that you want to, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, this is Corey, this 920. Your numbers are the 2, the 7, and the 5. And it means you're super sensitive. Normally, again, 2 and Virgo are similar with their foods, their eating habits, their dietary laws, their hygiene practices. So the fact that you are a Virgo and a 2 at the same time means you're really on it. So if somebody, Corey, says, man, why you always talking about why you got to wash and you got to be clean and so and sanitary? Yo, so remember when the COVID started and everybody got to wash their hands all of a sudden all day long? You probably said, man, I thought people always wash their hands. That would probably be your attitude too. You know, that no people wash their hands when they eat and come from the bathroom and whatever the case is. If you were thinking like that, that makes all the sense in the world. Okay, I'm going to read one more person. And let's see. I'm going to read this person here. Just Me 2023, February the 2nd, and he is June the 4th. Well, what do they have in common? They have Mercury as the common denominator. What does that mean? Well, Mercury rules Virgo, which is the person inquiring, and yet Mercury also rules Gemini, which is the person she wants to know about. No, she wants to know about him, who's a Virgo. So what you'll have in common is the number 5. Your numbers are the 4, 1, 5. His numbers are the 2, 7, and 5. Here's the thing that makes it even more compatible, which is kind of not, you might not understand, but here's what I'm saying. The 2 and the 7, your number, Just Me, rules the moon. His numbers, the 4 and the 1, rules the sun. Well, on our in our hemisphere on this earth, we have the sun by day and the moon by night. So you two would get along. So what y'all do have in common is that number 5, and that means Wednesday, and all days that add up to a 5, and definitely in the months of June and September, which is where both of you guys are born. So anyway, though, your numbers again, Just Me, are the 2, 7, and 5. Mondays and Wednesdays are your best days. And he is born the 4, 1, and 5. And Sunday and Wednesdays are his best days. So everybody, I wanna thank you. But before I wrap up, I'm going to have my first guest starting. You know, since I opened up, I said I was going to open up with guests. I says, well, no, let me get in and kind of read as many people as I can because I kind of like doing this, you know. Then I got, but anyway, oh, here's what, my banner, please. This is my banner, all right? I keep forgetting to show it, but for those of you who want all the information about me, there it is. My website is LLoyd-Strayhorn.com. You sign up for my free monthly newsletter. My online courses are always on sale, but to get the discount, you must go through my website to sign up to take advantage of the discount. My IG is Numbers in You. It's the same for Facebook, the same for Twitter and LinkedIn. It's either that or LLoyd Strayhorn. I do Clubhouse every Thursday. I think this Thursday will be my last for a while. I'm going to kind of chill a bit. I've got a number of projects on my plate that I need to deal with. And there's my Cash App at the bottom for those that do. Anyway, if you do, thank you. If not, thank you still. Thank you still. Because there were far, far, far more. Many of you have been with me from day one when I started this than those that have just come on with the last month or two with donation. I do appreciate them. And it's not that I don't. I don't want you to get wrong, but I'm just going to make sure there's a balance. If I start reading everybody that's paying, that's not fair to those that's been with me from the beginning of this journey. And I don't forget people that are with me from the beginning of the journey. That's how I roll. Anyway, let me explain who's going to be on Wednesday. All right. I'm going, first of all, tonight at 11 o'clock, my brother Brandon Smith is going to be in South Africa. Not physically, of course. He has been invited to be a guest on this show. Now, notice it says Tuesday at 6 in the morning, but they are hours and hours ahead of us. Now you know why a person needs to know the time and where they were born. But you'll see that Brandon Smith is an author, numerologist, metaphysician, teaches, and show you. Listen, Brandon is one of my buddies. He's one of my baby brothers. I done adopted a whole lot of these brothers up in here because all these cats are very, very sincere about what they do. And by the way, if you want to tune into the show tonight at 11, you see at the bottom of the screen, at the bottom left, where it says HTTPS, and then FM.FM /F/263. Take a screenshot or take it with your camera if you want to, but he will be on tonight at 11. I'm going to try to stay up and do my best to join him, at least call in to support the brother. That's what I'm going to do. All righty. So in light of that, so that's Brandon on tonight. And on my show Wednesday, this is the guy, this gentleman, King Simon. This brother has done so much for me. It's amazing. This platform that I'm on came as a result of his referral. When I did my first lecture, PowerPoint on palmistry, and I was thinking about that. I might do palmistry one day on my show. He was the one that got me started. There's a lot of things. So he's going to be on this Wednesday. And if you see next to him, as you see next to him is the beautiful Dr. Shakira Moore. She is an iridologist. But what we're doing is this. On Friday would have made the birthday of Dr. Layla Africa. So we're going to give a celebration to him too. I don't know how old he would have been. I think somewhere in the 70s. I'm not sure. But his birthday would have been marked this coming Friday, the 27th. So King Simon is going to give a special honor to him and also introduce Dr. Shakira Moore. All right. So that is this interesting. And then I'm going to start having guests because on Monday, hold up. Wait, y'all can see me a second. On Monday, okay, I'm going to have 3 numerologists on. One is Brandon Smith, that you're going to see tonight in South Africa. He's going to be on radio, but in South Africa. Then next is going to be Richard Woods. And then the third one is going to be my main man, Brother Rebels Bay. All 3 numerologists are going to be joining us Monday. So y'all definitely get your birthdays in. We're going to keep you busy for a minute. And then on Wednesday, we're going to get serious because we're going to be talking about, believe it or not, it may sound boring, but it has more potentials than you know. It's going to be about life insurance. It's a couple. They've been selling life insurance for a while. I used to, in fact, sell life insurance. So I've got some life insurance questions for them that hopefully can help you understand that when you buy life insurance, it don't mean you're going to die the next day. Okay. Although the emphasis in the old days of our grandparents and parents was to sell you death insurance. And I do believe that's where that stereotype comes from. But anyway, we'll figure that out. So that's Brandon Smith on there. Not Brandon Smith, excuse me. This is King Simon that's going to be on this coming Wednesday with Dr. Shakira Moore. And then please sign up for my free monthly newsletter. I'm working on for my February newsletter now, but please sign up for it. It's absolutely free. Okay, you ain't gotta spend a penny. All righty. So everybody, I want to thank you. I wish I could have answered everybody, but I've been told several times, you can't do that, Lloyd. My thing is, why not? Because of time. And I always go past my time. I remember I was going to start with about, maybe I'll do my show 15 minutes. I don't think I've done any show under an hour. Really. Not that I'm trying to do that, but it just happens to be that way. So to Jackie Levine, my moderator, Jazz Aphrodite, I thank her very much. For all of you who could not get through, I thank you. Do try again. And for those of you who make the donations, you know, if I don't catch you this time, I'll catch you around. But I do make a note of who donates. And I've got to put a list up, but it's getting longer. But I'll make sure everybody who did donate, I don't care if it's 2 cents, you will get your props. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. You gotta have a nice day until then. All righty. Take care. All right. Bye.